Hey there, Reggie here. Welcome to this Nintendo Direct. Soon, I will simultaneously appear in every single house across the planet and consume all your food. If you can stop me, I will give you a Nintendo Switch. But let's face it, you can't stop me. You and I both know you can't.
Welcome to the Nuggcast. This is a very special E3 edition. This is day 3.
So special that there are 3 of them.
There are 3 days. We're on Nintendo and exclusively for this one.
Just Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm going to find it really funny if this episode's longer than 25 minutes, because that's how long the Nintendo conference was.
Yeah. Then again, me and Georgia can just rant about Nintendo for quite a long time. So
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, you guys would, because there's more or less a Switch Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's...
I'm just,
soon.
in general, every single Nintendo IP just hits right for me.
Okay.
I was definitely a Nintendo kid growing up.
Yeah,
I
same.
was PlayStation.
That's fair.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, that's surprises no one. Yeah. So I guess we'll go through and break down what they did step by step. So the first thing that they did was lying about people leaving the house. They did that little montage at the start of people they're like, oh, we're playing basketball, then playing a basketball game.
To be fair, I have played somebody else's Switch. We were not at their house.
That's fair.
He would not let me taste the cartridge. We were at uni.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's just weird, setting the expectation that, you're sitting around with a bunch of friends, you're playing, Rocket League, and then you go and skateboard with your friends, and, it's
to be fair, it has happened in real life now, though, so...
It has happened, but I wouldn't, with a Switch, I wouldn't take it anywhere out of fear of breaking.
This guy, he's loaded.
Oh, I like the sound of being
way
loaded.
To say that.
Well, rich is pretty nice. Well, not anymore.
Yeah,
if you're rich, then
are
there are protests against specifically you.
Then we saw some actual a bit of gameplay, but mostly just weeb cutscenes of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, which with the big old Powerhouse D-tip.
It was so funny because I've watched more or less all of the E3 things, and every single one has been I don't want to do a social commentary thing, but everyone's been
fairly
hey,
progressive in character
yeah, look at these
design
strong women, and then it was just kind of Pyra, and she's just got butt, and then she turns around and she's
and
boing.
she's literally just a tool.
Yeah,
for him to use.
I specifically, the second I saw her message, I was like, Pyra, got them big titties.
My favorite part was when he reached for the
had
titties.
to touch them.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That may have been
she's
specifically when I was messaging
little
you.
Bit here.
She has a gem thing right on her chest.
Okay, yeah.
And he reached for it. It's he's reaching for them titties.
He get these big titties.
Yeah.
They're just, I think they're the biggest Nintendo titties I've seen. Right? No. I can't think of bigger.
Fat Princess. Was she ever in Nintendo?
No, she's Sony.
Who is Fat Princess?
It was, it's some, fat... It's a game where there's a fat princess that eats cake. That was, the game. I think you had to save her. I'm not well-versed with Fat Princess. I know she's in PlayStation All-Stars, which everybody played.
Ooh,
no, but
the most popular.
Yeah, probably the biggest then.
But yeah, it's... I don't think... Have any of us played the Xenoblade series?
No, but
it looked really interesting until I saw gameplay of it.
I've seen people playing, and I have a friend who's, a little bit into it. It's just... This is nothing new. It doesn't look like anything new.
The world looks cool.
It's pretty bad when the graphics look outdated in the trailer. I think. I'm just looks bad.
Well, I don't know, everything looks pretty similar to Xenoblade Chronicles X, whatever the last one was called.
Yeah. I feel like they could have done a little sprucing.
Spruce and boost.
And then the next thing we got was some Kirby.
Yes.
Kirby!
I'm very excited.
Games.
This is the first Kirby since Crystal Shards to combine powers in-game. So I'm very excited about that.
Oh, okay. Combining powers is cool.
Yeah. There's most of the gimmick of Kirby 64 was just you combine the powers, so like you get the fire guy, you get the boomerang guy, you get a fire boomerang. And
Yeah.
then there was some really cool ones, like you get the ice one, and you get the electricity one, and you turn into a fridge that dispenses bricks of ice.
I love that.
It's like all
That's
that stuff.
lovely.
And
is
this one
awesome.
has like multiplayer in it. Like you can, if you want to, play co-op. So then
Well, that
you
was
can
like-
help each other.
That was an enormous part of Kirby's Epic Yarn, which was baby boy game, but like everyone loved it.
It's great though.
It's like it's a go-to couples game as far as I can remember.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing with this one, like you recruit the little guys to your team. Like you have a little heart that you throw at them,
Okay.
and then like the heart like recruits them to your team, and they just kind of follow you around, and then like you kind of like borrow their powers, so you can kind of save them up. Like you can save up the powers for when you need them and stuff.
That's cool.
It's
We're
no
not like
Kirby.
super sure.
Yeah, no Kirby game has been particularly difficult. So it's, they're always like very easy
They're
games.
difficult to 100% sometimes.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, the difficulty, I guess, is in the like collection nature, not the actual gameplay, because they've never been difficult games.
Yeah.
But it just seems like a fun, cute little time, and it's just called Kirby from the best that I can find. Like there's no,
When is it coming out?
I'm not sure.
I did notice that pretty much all of the Nintendo games are coming out in holiday, which is my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
27
holiday.
holiday means
It just
like
means Christmas.
summer holiday, Christmas
Yeah, it
time,
means,
yeah.
yeah, Christmas. Then we got so Pokken Tournament. They're like, hey, just to reiterate the things that we said previously. Come into the Switch, get some new characters and stuff. Don't know how much people actually care about that. I definitely don't. But what I do care about is that they're bringing a new core Game Freak made Pokemon game to the Switch.
There's a Pokemon on a console.
Yeah.
That's
exciting.
Has there ever been even a spin-off? Has there been a Pokemon
Oh,
game?
there's been
Apart
so
from
many
like
spin-offs.
Hey You Pikachu or something
Yeah.
like that.
Like
So-
Pokemon Snap, Pokemon... There was like a puzzle one.
Is there a recent one?
Pokemon...
Like I guess Pokken.
Pokemon...
Pokken.
Yeah,
Pokemon
Pokken.
Stadium, like 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon Battle Revolution,
Yeah.
Pokemon XD,
There's been some.
Pokemon.
There's been some.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of these are kind of
But
like
they're not like
very
they're not
spin-off.
core games at all.
Yeah. Well, like this
Yeah.
one isn't a core game either, but it's
No,
like
it is.
It is.
So it'll be a core game. So it'll be
So like on the 3DS, but
Oh
well,
shit!
yeah.
Okay.
So what people are assuming is Pokemon Stars, I assume.
Ooh, that's a good name.
Which
I think that's stupid though because we're already getting Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll like. I don't think they're gonna. They said they haven't even begun working. Like it won't be ready till next year. And it's like just remaking Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for the Switch seems a bit stupid, especially 6 months down
Well,
the
that's
line.
what I mean. Is like that Pokemon Stars is going to be like the Emerald to them,
Well, yeah, that's what I.
and that's what I mean.
so-
That's the same game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it's
Definitely got to be a new one.
yeah, that's true. It could just be a new generation. Like it's just a whole new thing, which that would be cool, and that would definitely sell their console.
It would set a whole new precedent.
Yeah, it would. Because
It
the
would.
thing about Pokemon games is they've never been new to the console that's come out. Even so, the ones previous to X and Y, which were the first ones on the 3DS, all of them up to then were on the DS. So they brought out like Heart Gold,
Gold and Soul Silver.
Black and White 2. Black and White 2 were on the DS when the 3DS was still, like, when it was new, they released it on the DS instead.
Oh,
because
okay.
they've never been things that have come out, like, with new consoles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's probably also why they're delaying it this year. I don't know why they do that, but it's just been a thing. Maybe they take a long time in development because Game Freak is a very small studio, so
Yeah.
they probably take a lot of time to work on these things.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like the most likely thing.
But yeah, it's just very interesting. I'm keen for a Switch one, but that means I need to buy a Switch. So
Yeah, especially since it'll only have one save. So
Well,
you can't
yeah.
just use mine.
Yeah, like also like looking at this entire like conference looks like buying a Switch isn't a bad thing.
yeah. It's got a few good games.
I've definitely been sold on the Switch now.
And also the thing which is interesting about the Pokemon game, this will probably be the first main series Pokemon game that your save isn't saved to the cartridge.
Okay,
Because the Switch saves to
Yeah.
your Switch.
does it?
So it's not even like you can have like multiple versions of the game that you can put into your Switch and have different save files for. So maybe this will be the first game that you can actually
Have
select a
multiple
save
save
game.
files.
Because
Maybe.
Otherwise, you can't have two versions of the same game, or like because you plug it in and it's like, oh, you have a save file saved to your Switch. It is your old save file.
That is more or less how consoles work.
Yeah, exactly.
More often than not. I wouldn't be surprised if I had multiple save files. Like consoles, like handhelds. I think the reason the handheld is because like one person has a thing, so no reason to have a save file in their eyes.
Yeah.
But like consoles are a family thing, more or less, especially a Switch.
Yeah, exactly.
So it probably will.
Yeah.
Oh, I moved the entire table.
Yeah, that was scary.
And then we got a big number 4 that said Metroid next to it. That was it.
I'm pretty excited. It's for the Switch, which means it'll be a 3D, pretty sure.
Yeah, well, on all the Metroid Primes 3D? Because that was the...
Yep.
Yeah.
Did it say Prime underneath, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
And then secretly we also have a Metroid for the 3DS. Metroid.
It's a secret.
Metroid, what's it called? Metroid Returns. Which is a 2D Metroid, so have fun with that. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to come out sometime this year rather than Metroid Prime 4, which is
it's just in development,
2018,
probably.
At
least.
Because they did a weird thing where there was 2 games in particular that they announced after they did all the announcements. So they did it at the Nintendo Treehouse live stream.
Yeah, it's because they hate E3.
Yeah, and that was one of them. And so next up they showed just named Yoshi, which is a cute little craft Yoshi. I love that the Nintendo games are using like really interesting aesthetics and playing around with it. I suppose they started off with Paper Mario, but then they got, the
Woolly
Kirby, Woolly Yoshi.
Yoshi's Woolly World, and then there was Kirby's Epic Yarn and Kirby in the Clay.
Yeah, Kirby in the Clay.
Was Paper Mario, did it actually have paper? Because all of these games look like...
Yeah, so it was like Mario was legitimately made out of paper. There's times where he turned on his side. He would
what I'm saying is
it wasn't photograph paper. Yeah,
okay.
Because
Yoshi's Island Adventure also had that paper aesthetic, but it was like crayon coloring, but that was computer generated.
Well, that's one of my favorite looking games.
These games, they just always look really nice, and these are like the perfect kind of games to pull it off with, because you know they're not really doing much with Kirby and Yoshi besides this.
So the Yoshi that is in the new game, everything around him is papery, but he is wool. He looks like he's felted. Which
I guess
is interesting.
Just took the model from Woolly World.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the model from Woolly World.
Yeah, I think it's just like the idea is that the world's just like crafts.
Also, Yoshi is a working title.
You know? Oh, it's a
so
working
I think
title?
we can assume that Kirby also is.
They definitely seem like it wouldn't make any sense for them to just name it.
It's,
Hey, Kirby.
It's not like they're rebooting it. There's nothing to reboot.
The most recent games came out in the past 2 years. So.
Yeah. Then we had Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah,
never played a Fire Emblem, but they always looked really good and weeb.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people I've seen are getting a little mad because the female version of a character is the canon version in the trailer. I don't really understand.
Are there female and male versions of...
Yes. What? I've never played like a...
Fire Emblem game?
I've played only like the spin-off ones.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really know what the heck is going on.
Right.
But there are female and male versions, and there was a female one talking in the trailer, and people are mad about that question mark. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just was seeing some stuff online.
Me not knowing anything about Fire Emblem, I just thought that was the character, and there isn't some sort of fluidity between genders.
Weirdness. I don't know what's going on about it, really.
No idea.
Yeah. It's I've never played Fire Emblem either. They always look pretty cool, but strategy RPGs aren't really my thing.
No.
So
they're kind of my thing, though, and depending on when it comes out, if I'm looking for a new game, I'll probably pick it up.
One of the Fire Emblem characters was my main in Smash 4 for a while. That's all I got. No, it was
Roy?
The girl that wasn't Robin.
I
can't give you
haven't
that
played
name.
the new
Starts
one,
with
so I
L.
don't know.
Starts with what?
Oh,
L.
Lucina?
Lucina, there we go.
Yeah.
That was an interesting anecdote.
Yeah. Then we got DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. We got
two.
We got one that looks like a survival thing, and another one that is the 4 champions are...
Yeah, but is that one already announced? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so the Masters Trials one, I think they announced like the name of it, but not really much.
But
They're like,
we
here's a few
saw
little
some
features.
things. We saw some things.
Yeah, it was just weird because they just had.
I really like. I haven't played it yet because I don't have a Switch yet, but hopefully it's happening soon. It's my birthday soon. So I'm looking forward to playing it, and the character designs for these champions are just so cute. I love them all. Every single one of them is my son/daughter.
Yeah.
And Zora is my wife.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say the Garuda's probably my wife because
She's a sexy wife.
thick.
I'd say the big boy is my husband.
He's good. He's a good boy.
Nobody wants the bird.
Fucking.
Yeah, nobody. It's a bird. It's basically Falco.
Rivali's Gale is now active.
She's got such a cute little button nose. I'm just like, her cute nose, and she's like, I'm so cute.
I'm married at nose.
So there was Masters Trials is the first DLC, and then Champions Ballad is the second one.
I don't even know what it is. They're amiibos.
Yeah, and they're the.
Is it just you can play as them now?
Maybe you can do the trials as them.
What trials? What are the trials?
I think they help you, or there's some
well,
kind
they
of
help you in
benefit
the
to
core
it.
game. You get powers from them.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Either way, they're cool designs, and the DLC looks better than most other DLCs you see nowadays. So.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
looks like reasonable DLC. Like it's not taking away from the story. It's just like you get to do this.
It looks like an expansion, which is what it should be.
And it's not like, oh, this is mandatory DLC that I must buy. Also, I'm gonna get my wife amiibo.
Then we had they did a bunch of stuff about how they're trying to focus on some esports stuff. So that they showed off that, like, Splatoon 2 ARMS and Pokken, you can play them here.
Which
There's
Splatoon
tournaments.
2 I'm so keen for.
Yeah, Splatoon 2
It comes
looks
out
cool.
July 21st.
I didn't get around to playing the first one.
I played it at a friend's house. I loved it. I really did like it. It's just that right amount, for me, the right amount of competitive mixed with
Actually
cutiness
fun.
and just fun, goofy times, and like a little bit of character customization. A little bit.
Yeah, and also squids.
Squids and kids and
Squid kids
ink
and
and
kid
everywhere.
squids and squid quids and squids
and me having a cry if I'm not pink.
from not pink.
Yeah, if I'm not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, there are pink ones.
Then we got Rabbids again. They just showed us Rabbids again.
It was real short. On
Did
the
they show
Rabbids.
us any more than we've already seen?
No, they just
really, no.
showed a tiny little, like a 30-second trailer sort of thing, and we're like, this is a thing.
There was like a few new characters and stuff that you did see, and you did see some other fights.
Was there?
Yeah, there was.
You saw the Yoshi rabbit, and I was like, "Fuck that!"
Yeah, the Yoshi one, and
it's so
have you seen the
gross.
poster that has it has each of their personalities and stuff, and it's like, he's the demolitions destruction dude, and then there's Peach is her description is she takes selfies, and
That's what she does.
dude. She takes selfies. How
that's
funny is that?
She took the selfies.
Dude, it's so funny.
When she was dying, she took the selfies.
She
That's
took
me,
the
though.
selfie. Yeah.
Hello.
Maybe you can
About to
relate
die.
though.
Yeah, but
Can
I
you
like
relate to
more
Rabbid Peach?
I
What
would
about-
like to take
Well, Peach doesn't take selfies,
that we know.
but we definitely know that the Rabbid Peach takes selfies.
Where do we keep getting all of this like Peach pictures? Selfies, professional photo shoots that are in the form of a selfie.
Probably
from Peach.
Lakitu being a weird voyeur.
Oh, that's true.
Most people don't know this, but at the start of Mario 64, when you get sent the letter from Peach, that's actually a selfie of Peach being like, "Hey, come get my cake."
Come
That
get my
sounds-
cake.
yeah.
So then we got Rocket League, exclusive content for Switch.
Oh my! They
And-
looked. When the guys came on that that are part of Psionics or whatever, they looked like they had guns to their head, and it was the funniest thing.
They
They're like,
did.
and Rocket League is now on the Nintendo Switch.
They have hats.
Look at this Mario hat.
Nintendo bought us to make these hats.
Yes, they have.
Good. See,
We
I'm
play.
Put them on your
That's
cars.
me.
It seems like it works really well on the Switch. Like it's a
It's a
Switch-ass
great place to
game.
put it.
And the fact
But just
that you
the-
can just like play it with a 2-player
Exactly.
without having to buy
Yeah, and it was just the
$120 controller.
presentation was so funny.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
We made a Switch.
And then the last thing that we had was Mario Odyssey.
Oh, something about it. It looks fun,
Yes.
right? But something about the theme and how it's in the real world, I think. That was weird.
It
He
kind
put
of,
his hat on Trump. That was weird. That was a weird moment.
Was weird.
Yeah.
I like
Frog
everything
Mario.
before that.
Definitely Frog Mario.
Yeah, so the thing, so I looked a little bit more like, and obviously I'm guessing there's going to be a reason why you go to very Mario levels and then you go to the real world. Like, I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of
I
like
hope there are
crossover thing.
more Mario levels. The real world.
Yeah.
It made me so uncomfortable.
I definitely think there is, just like looking at it. What they showed in the trailer, I definitely think there's more Mario levels.
The weird Mario dinosaur thing.
That was
a bit-
weird.
I'm
When it
pro
first came on, I was
dinosaur.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
I
I've
Like,
maybe
the cool dinosaur
maybe
game?
the real
I
world's
have-
like a hub.
I have
That would
never
be weird.
not been pro dinosaur, and I will continue to be pro dinosaur.
Yeah, definitely.
He is perfect and has done nothing wrong,
He did nothing wrong, but like the
and he belongs there.
the best thing I can think of is like Mario finds his way to the real world, and that's weird as shit. And then like that's used as a hub because he gets all of the stars from the levels to go back to a Mario world kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't know.
I think the thing is that you never want comparisons to Sonic 06.
Yes,
And that's
I got
just
strong
Sonic 06,
06
like,
vibes.
yeah.
Strong.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, one thing that I should say is that I did, somebody actually uploaded some gameplay and I watched one of the boss fights.
Yeah.
How was
And
it?
it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like, it's,
the Mario levels look really fun.
I want to understand how the mechanics work because there's like...
Lots of hats.
There's a bit, yeah, they're wearing the hat and you... for the boss, you need to throw the bomb back off them. It knocks their hat off, and then you ground pound them. Why do you not just throw your hat on them? Like, what does the hat control? What
guess-
are the limits of the hat?
I guess the limits
Like-
of the hat stop at T-Rex and don't go past boss.
Yeah.
That is
but-
a little tiny
Yeah, the boss is
rabbit
just
person.
Yeah, the bosses are also rabbits. Oh my god, okay. The Bowser wearing the white tux, though.
Holy
He is
shit.
snazzy,
Oh
and
my
why
God,
is
I
Peach
love
getting
that.
married to him?
Peach had a bouquet of piranha plants. I don't know if you
Peach
noticed.
is wearing a
Oh, I
wedding
didn't see
dress.
that. Oh.
Yes. No, they're getting married, and
They're
Peach
getting
was
married?
not happy about it.
Yeah,
Because it's to Bowser.
Yeah.
And then Mario was like, I'm a milady.
I don't know if it's something that, at this point, I respect that Nintendo are like, look, we know it's not the thing to do to have the damsel in distress, but we're sticking to it because we've had it the whole time. And then, like,
Yeah.
in every spin-off I can think of, they have actually had Peach saving herself. But in the main series Mario games, it's like, look, we know this is a trope, we know it's a terrible formula, but we're doing it every single
There's
time.
gotta be a reason behind it, though.
There has
like,
to be.
It would just be, I think the reason's probably just lazy writing or something. But like, Super Mario 3D Land, that was a core game, and you could play as Peach.
Yeah,
So,
that's
like,
true.
I don't remember, I think what happened was just that Bowser was being a bad boy, and he also a cat. I don't remember, but I wouldn't mind them deviating from that, but I definitely think that the damsel in distress is just an excuse to not play as Peach.
Yeah.
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 And that was pretty much everything. There was one last thing that they did do, which was
In the
at the
treehouse.
treehouse afterwards.
Which is what they call their little live streaming events.
They try to make things sound cute.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is such a good game, and they're doing a remake of it, and I'm quite excited about that. No, that was not expected whatsoever. I don't think from anyone.
Right.
But it's like yes, we're quite happy about this. It looks like they've actually like added some stuff, made some cool changes. They've added some mini game where you play as Bowser's minions, which are like because Bowser isn't the main antagonist of Superstar Saga, and so he's kind of like the hey Mario, I also hate the bad guy. So he doesn't particularly help you.
The
but
enemy of
he's
the
just
enemy is my friend.
Yeah, he's kind of a neutral party in it, and you're kind of helping him kill the enemies of this game. Like, you take control of some of Bowser's army, kind of
Crash
thing.
Twinsanity.
Yeah. Ooh.
I don't know if you ever play. You use Cortex as a hammer. It's great.
Yeah,
Go
you
on.
do. Oh, you can use Bowser as a hammer. But yeah, it just looks like it's something that's, it's really cool. I'm down for that.
Yeah, definitely. Also, that was a recap of the games.
Yeah.
But if you missed any of Reggie's slam poetry, that was good.
Yes.
I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was
He's
uncomfortable.
just beautiful.
I love him.
And the green screen that was like,
Ooh.
this is a green screen.
Yeah. Oh, and also, how did I get this Master Sword? That was good. That was a good part.
I loved it! game.
I love them too.
Like, it was...
Yeah, they reiterated the fact that Skyrim and Link being in Skyrim is a thing.
Yeah, that's right. They, like... It was no Mario puppets. Like, they didn't have the puppets.
Oh, I remember that. And the Star Fox puppets, too? They were creepy.
It was when they got Robot Chicken to do it.
Oh, okay.
But it was still like, it was, you know, it was a Nintendo
solid,
conference.
But maybe next year's going to be, like, real poppin' for Nintendo, though, because they'll have the Animal Crossing game out by then, surely they'll do it to me. Like, they're not going to make me wait another year.
I don't think so.
We're going to have words.
I will talk with Nintendo for you.
I will do it.
I literally have Reggie on the phone right now. We can just talk to him.
He just needs to explain to me why, otherwise we can't be friends anymore.
Reggie, why? Why, Reggie?
I really thought you were going to say Reggie Watts, and I don't know why.
I
Reggie
see
Watts
this
is
as a
cool.
personal attack that Animal Crossing was not announced. Also, where is the Animal Crossing app that was promised literally 2 years ago? We haven't even heard of anything. Just tell us it's cancelled if it's cancelled.
Do you think that they're like, oh no, they don't need an Animal Crossing because we're releasing an app? If that's the case, I'm going to be angry.
I fucking... If they're doing the same thing as Bethesda...
I'm just going to start a campaign by tweeting. Everybody join my #GiveUsAnimalCrossing hashtag.
Oh yeah, because Nintendo's very up with the social media, they'll definitely listen to you.
I will tweet Reggie. He will pass the message on.
He will.
Reggie does have a Twitter, as far as I know.
He's the most tech savvy.
Yeah.
That was everything from Nintendo.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, I guess we can now say that, at least for me, Ubisoft won. Most people seem to think Ubisoft won.
I tend to agree.
You still feel Sony won? Just because you didn't care that much about the Ubisoft games?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, honestly, Nintendo won for me. Like, just with the Kirby and the Yoshi, I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, Nintendo's, like, kind of, in a way, panders to the Georges of the world.
It's just my jam.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's got Splatoon coming out, which they briefly talked about. Which you can't really count because they didn't announce it there, but, you know. Also Metroid coming out, it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Nintendo for me.
Cool.
Yeah, Nintendo, I just don't think they had enough this year. Obviously, because they've been focusing on making the Switch console. Like, everyone knows that there was 3 launch titles for the Switch, so they're going to be focusing on making games, I think.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to announce too many. Like, they squeezed in an announcement for a game that is now in development.
Yeah.
Like, they announced that it was in development. It was kind of like that fucking...
They did that for 2, for the Pokemon one and the Metroid one.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of like that fucking Star Wars 8. I was doing it because of that and also Tommy Rumble. That's been happening a lot. Like that Star Wars 8 like teaser where they just had some shots of them like, oh, we're filming it now. It's like, no, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We knew you were filming it.
Make the movie.
Niche.
There you go.
Overall, though, this E3 was pretty weak. Like,
that's where it's
no one
gotten
brought
to.
their A game. Except Bethesda's animation team that did a
But
nice
Microsoft brought a car
Yeah, Microsoft.
into E3.
It's not the first time a car's been there, honestly.
Probably not. I don't have any recollection of a car.
There was a
probably
car
not.
last
There was
year.
2 cars last year. I'm
There was
pretty
2
sure there
cars
was
last
2
year.
cars.
Was it for
last
Forza?
But
year.
it wasn't a revolutionary
No, it
car.
wasn't. These cars had been out in the world before, but there was 2.
So was it for Forza or was it for the crew or some shit?
Who knows?
Probably Forza. It's almost always for Forza.
I don't remember anything about Forza.
Yeah,
Well,
it's...
That was our E3
Yeah.
We did it.
recap. Thanks for listening to this very short episode.
Yeah, because Nintendo was
Still
a very
longer
short.
than the conference.
Still?
Was it?
Still,
Oh, that's so
technically,
funny.
We're just in. We're 2 minutes over the conference.
Okay.
Yeah, you can join us for our regularly scheduled weekly podcast. We upload every Friday at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes, and anywhere else you can get podcasts. If you want to talk to us about anything, feel free to leave a comment below or tweet us at the Nuggcast. We're at the Nuggcast on Instagram and Facebook as well. Drop us a like, follow. Maybe we'll follow you back.
Yeah.
Maybe we're having a giveaway soon.
Stay
tuned.
don't
Check it
forget-
out.
Drive safe and watch Chicken Run. It's scary.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to hear more about our general E3 feels rather than just an overview of them, that'll be the podcast that goes up on Friday. We'll be mostly covering E3.
Yes.
But some other things too.
Well, yeah.
Like Chicken Run.
Like Chicken
This
Run.
is the Chicken Run
Alright, bye.
podcast.